seems it's fine, I think.
That looks good. That looks great.
Yeah, you can see me. Okay. Shall we start?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So. Onegai shimasu. I'm joining you from Oslo. Myself, I just moved down to Oslo a month ago from Tromsø, and I'm now in Tenshinkan Dojo. So it's a great pleasure to be joined with you. So let's just do 10 minutes warming up, and then we'll do half an hour of Aikido afterwards. So please have some space around you. And swing from right to left. And circle your knees, big gentle movements. Other way. Kushin. And sit down a little bit. And just sit down. And shake your knees. Like a butterfly. Loosening and opening your hip joints. Straighten your legs and gently stretch forward. Spread your legs and stretch to the left, please. Yeah. And to the right, breathe out. And breathe normally. Gently stretch. Breathe in, open, and gently bend forward. And bend your knees. And bend forward. And the pendulum. And stretch forward, bend up. Stretch your lower back. 4 times. Breathe deeply. And gently lay back. And release your legs. Knees to the chest. And twist your body. Breathe out, breathe in. Other side. Once more. And the other side once more. Jingu window. And relax completely. Sit up. And Nikki some few times. Ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, kotegaesh, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, and look from side to side. Head to shoulder. Left, right. So okay, so today I would like to focus a little bit on Tai Sabaki, on the 90, 180, 270 and 360 degrees movements. And I will also illustrate a little bit with the sword, with the jaw, and with just the arms. these basic movements. So I'll tool up my hakama for the most of the class so that it's easy to follow. So basically, everybody, I guess, know the Ikkyo or the Shomenuchi Shihogiri. Ich, ni, sam, shi. This is called the Shomenuchi Shihogiri, which is from the sword. You can do it if you have a sword, you can do it with a sword. If you don't have the sword, stay with your right hand forward and cut, turn, cut, then 90 degrees, cut, and 180 degrees. So this is the combination of 90 and 180 degrees turning of the body. Ich, ni, am, shi, ei. Ich, ni, tam, shi, ei. Ich, ni, tam, shi. It's good. I guess everybody knows this very well. And I guess you also will know the Shomenuchi Happogiri because it's very similar to Shihogiri. It's just that we turn 45 degrees on the 5th time so that we break the straight 180, 90 diagonally and take the next square. So it's completely the same, just with the arms, the right forward, we cut H, turning, knee, thumb, shi. And what happens from this when we are forward in left is that we take one step 45 degrees out to the right, 45 degrees. And then again we turn 180, 90, 180. So it's very simple. It's the number 5. We will turn, instead of turning 90 degrees, we only turn 45 and we take one step forward to break the other diagonal. So this is the typical, in most sword schools and also very often used in Aikido, Happogiri. So quite simple. So let's do it once more. Each, turning 180, knee, turning 45, thumb, 180, shi. And then now the left foot is forward, and we step forward with the right foot, 45 degrees. So then we have moved the body a little bit to a different place, and we do the last 4. So let's do this. If you have the sword or if you don't have the sword, doesn't matter. So let's do this a couple of times. So, each, knee, thumb, shi, go, rock, shake, arch. So if you have the sword, we usually do this only with starting with the right foot. So let's do it once more. I can do it with the back too, so that we do it the same way. So stepping forward, each, knee, thumb, shi, go, rough, shake, arch. So the importance of this very simple exercise is to develop the sense of center line, stability and power in the turning, and swiftness. So the only thing to do in order to learn it is to do it quite regularly. And in these Corona times where we have to do a lot by ourselves, this is a very good exercise to stabilize and to develop the hips and to develop the sense of center line. Always the center line, keeping the center line, turning around the center line all the time. So let's do it a couple of more times. Right foot forward. Knee, thumb, shi, go, So please take away the sword and right hand forward. Let's do it with just the hands. Ni, Sam, Shi, Go, Shi, Arch. So when we don't have the sword, we can also start with the left foot forward, and then we get the same but completely opposite. So let's do it some few times with the left foot forward. Ich, ni, sam, shi, go, six, arch. So again, on the 5th count, we turn only 45 degrees and we step one step forward with the back foot. Let's do it together once more, very slowly. Ich, ni, sam, shi, and now left foot forward diagonally 45 degrees. Go, rock, shi, arch. That's good. So the Shomenuchi Shihogiri and the Shomenuchi Hapogiri is very simple. These are movements that everybody from a starting level should be able to do. And even though it's simple, it's a very effective exercise to develop stability, coordination between hip and hand movements, and also the sense of center line of your spine from your hip up to the top of the head. Turning, turning, turning. But if you look more closely into this, there are many deeper teachings in this. But we'll leave that for a while and move over to the Hapogiri. But the Hapogiri, the Ikkyo Shihogiri and the Ikkyo Hapogiri. So the Shihogiri is exactly the same. But this time we start from the left. That's the most basic. Because now Ikkyo we don't have the sword. For the sword Kamae, Migi is the most basic. For hands or Tachiwasa, no weapons, left is the most basic stance. So when we do Ikkyo Shogiri, we cut up, down, turn 180 degrees, cut up, down. Then we turn 90 degrees, up, down, and then 180 degrees, up, down. So as you can see, this is the same as the Ikkyo Shihogiri. No, as the Shomenuchi Shihogiri, the same footwork. But instead of cutting like this, we do the Ikkyo movement. The important thing with the Ikkyo movement is not to make a static movement up, down. It should be a circular movement. So when the hand comes up here, it's not statically stopping here, going down. It makes a circle here. Makes a circle here. So it's actually one movement, one circle. So that's a very important technical point on the Ikkyo Shihogiri. So when we count, usually we count each knee. But the problem with counting each knee is that we then tend to make two movements. It's supposed to be one movement. One, here. So Ikkyo, here. So what actually happens is that when the arm comes up, it makes a circle like this. When the hand is down, it's stop. It's like a ball hitting the ground, and it comes up again. But when the hand is up, it's never stop. It comes up, and it makes a circle like this. So that's very important. And it could seem to be a detail, but it's crucial for Aikido that there is not. It's not this movement. It's not up, down like this. It's down, stopping, and then coming up and making a circle. So the line is like, whoop, it makes a coming up, makes a circle, and it goes down. The sword comes up, make a circle, and go down. So this is small detail, but very important when we do Aikido techniques, that we when we meet a point, we don't crash. We make a circle and go down. So please allow this circle to be a part of your Ikki or Shiogiri when you come up. It goes like this. So it looks like the elbows comes a little bit out like this. So that also happened with the sword. We cut up and it's like a circle like this. So naturally, down. Naturally, down. So Ikkyo, down like this. Ikkyo. So I hope you can feel that. You come up and it makes a circle. You come up, make a circle. It's like if anyone has been fishing for salmon or whatever, you have the long, long line and you go like this. And the line makes a circle naturally behind that. The sword is the same and the Ikkyo is the same. It's like the arms find a natural circle. So please be aware of this when we do the footwork.
Sensei, is this the same for Yokomen? Is it the same for Yokomen?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. It's even more clear because it makes Yokomen, it comes up and then it makes a circle around. But when it's down, it stops and it goes up. So it's the same. Everything up should be a circle. Those who have done like Kashima Shinryu, which is based on the Kesagiri, is more clear here, that the sword never stops on the top. It stops here. It's a circle and it stops here. Circle, stops here. And even the shomen is very clear that it's because the basic shomen in Kashima Shinryu, it's a circle like this. And it stops, ta. And then it's a new circle, ta. New circle, ta. And also Aikiken is not supposed to be up, stopping, down, stopping, up, stopping. It's down, stopping, and it's ta, stop, and that's why we can see that the elbows comes a little bit out. When we're on the way up, the elbows are closed, but on the top they open a little bit. It's to allow this movement so that the hand is opening a little bit. And then there is no stop here. And when we do techniques, so now there's a little bit digression, but some techniques, we do the movement all the way up, like Shihonage. Other techniques, they are happening here, like Nikkyo, or many techniques, they happen here. But then this is here. It doesn't necessarily need to be here. Anywhere, when we meet someone, there is a circle and it goes down. There's a circle and it goes down. So if we try to meet someone and push directly, we can be stopped. The circle will always win. It's always more powerful. It's very interesting. You can try this experiment. If you push one hand against the other, they are equally strong. But then if one hand starts circling, it can easily move the other hand. If the other hand starts circling, you can feel it by yourself. There is the circle always overpower the straight power. So when both are straight, you cannot, both arms basically will be equally strong up and down. But then the moment you start moving one circle, it can control the whole situation. If the other one moves circle, it can control. So a circle looks gentle, but it's actually very powerful. It will overcome. So that's very much how we control the attacker Ikkyo, for example, from Shomenushi, is that there is a circle in our movement, but the other one is trying to project or hit straight on. Okay, so let's go back to the footwork, but keeping the arm movement in your head. So let's now do it on the left side forward. So we cut up and turn, cut up. Sorry, we are going to do the Ikkyo now, not the shot. Sorry, cut up, down, turn, up, down, 90 degrees, up, down, 180 degrees, up, down. Again, left to forward, same, up, down, 180, up, down, 90, up, down, 180, up, down. Okay, so the hip work and the footwork on Ikkyo Shihogiri and Shomenuchi Shihogiri is the same. But when we now move to Ikkyo Hapogiri, we do a different footwork in order to train the 270 degrees turning. Because in the other one now we have done only the 180 and 90. 180, 90, 180, 90, 180, 90, and then we did 45, and then 180, 90, 180. So we never get to train the 270 degrees turn. So we use the Ikkyo Hapogiri to train the 270 degrees. And then the footwork becomes a little bit more complicated. So please be patient with yourself if you haven't done this before. It's not very difficult, but it's definitely more difficult than the Shomenuchi. So let's take a look now. So we go forward, get down, turn, forward, get down. So now we are not going this way, we go this way. And in order to go that way, I turn around 270 degrees here. Then 180. And in order to turn diagonally, I add 45. So 270 plus 45, it's 350. I want to move all the way to this direction. Turning here, 180, and then the last 270, and 180. Yeah. So you can see this is a little bit more difficult, but not. We're going to do it some few times, and everybody should be able to do it. So it's easier for you if you do it the same way. So we got each circle, then we do 180, san, shi. And what happens now is that the front foot becomes the back foot by moving here. So from here to here, and then the hip follow. And you look on this side, and you move forward. Go, rock. Then you did 270 degrees. Then 180 comes. Each, touch. And now I want to move to 270 plus 45. That means I want to move this. And instead of making a short hip, I do all the way around here. So that means that the front foot turns here, becomes the back foot. Hip follow, and Q, ju. Then 180, ju it, ju ni. And now 270, I want to turn this way. So the front foot turns, becomes the back foot. Ju san, ju shi, and then the last one, ju go, ju ro. It's okay? So this is an important one. This is the best exercise to train the 270 degrees turning. If you can do 270, you can do anything. You can do 280, 290, 300, 360, anything. We come back to that later. So it means that your ability to make a full circle will increase. And you will have stable hips and develop the sense of center line. So let's do it once more. Sam, shi, go, rock, reach, up, Q, ju, juich, juni, jusan, jushi, jugo, judo. Is it starting to get okay? Very slow. Let's do it extremely slowly this time. So first, H, make a circle, knee, turn 180 degrees, san, shi, and the front foot moves here. So front foot always moves to this, and then we can follow 270 degrees. Go, rock, and then 100. Reach, pass. And now the extra difficult come because I add 45 degrees. That means I'm not turning here, but I'm turning here. So that means the front foot has to move all the way here. The hip forward, and Q, Ju. So every second time is 180. Ju each, Ju knee, and then the 270. Ju san, Ju shi, Ju go, Ju ro. Is it starting to get logic? Let's do it a few times. Ich ni, san shi, go rock, ich ha, ku ju, ju ich, ju ni. Jusan, Jushi, Jugo, Judo. Okay, some of you are familiar with the jaw. We have this movement in the jaw.
Sensei,
Yes.
3 minutes.
Yes.
3 minutes.
Yes. So if those of you have done the hustle movements in the jaw, you know the hustle from here.
Yeah.
The hustle 270 degrees here. So if you can look at my feet now, what this does, it goes round. So now the back foot comes to the front, the body turns, hustle, cutting down. And if you have done the 13 jaw kata, you will know that the H, Ni, San, Shi, and the next movement is this. Turning, hustle, cutting. And this movement is very interesting because it gives you the ability to turn any direction. For example, 360 degrees here. But the difference with the jaw is that now it's the back foot that moves. When we did the Ikkyo Hapogiri, it was the front foot that started the movement. With the jaw, it's the back foot, but it's exactly the same. So next time you do the jaw, and if you do the hustle movement, and if you do the 13 kata, so please observe what you're actually doing here. Where you're actually taking your back foot, turning it, and then allowing your body to follow. Well, in the Ikkyo, we do the front foot first and follow. But it's the same hip logic. So this shows how that in the sword and in the jaw, we find these teaching points or movements that we can apply in the Tachibata, in the body movements. Okay, so that was my focus today. It was on the footsteps, but with a little very important digression to the relation between the hip work and the arm. And the important teaching here is that the arm is stopping when it comes down, but when it's up, it never stops. It's always a circle. It's always a circle. Yokomanuchi or whatever. Shihonage, it makes a circle. Ikkyo, make a circle. Nikkyo, make a circle. So that's the nature of Aikido. That's how Aikido was discovered through this sword movement. So that's obeying the laws of the nature into our person-to-person contact. Okay,